My parents were standing in the kitchen holding plane tickets. We're leaving for a week, Mom said casually. Don't call unless someone's dying. They came back to find the house practically turned into a disaster zone. The night before their trip, Mom walked into my room while I was finishing homework. She told me they were flying to Miami in the morning for 7 full days. Then she handed me a handwritten schedule for my siblings. Lily, 2, Mateo, 4, and Noah, 6. I was 12. No friends over, no taking them to grandma's, and don't call us just because you're stressed, she added. Dad barely looked up from his phone. Don't ruin this for us. Every time we travel, you create drama. Last year, when my little brother had a high fever and I called them, they were furious. They even told my school I wasn't emotionally mature because I complained about babysitting. Day 1 started at 6 a.m. with Lily getting sick all over the carpet. While I was cleaning, my phone rang. It was Grandma. She was at the hospital. Doctors had found something serious and she needed emergency surgery. She sounded scared and asked if I could come see her. I knew I couldn't leave 3 kids alone, but I still tried calling Dad. He declined. I called again. Declined. On the 4th call, he answered, annoyed. She'll be fine. Stop trying to ruin our trip, he said, then hung up. A few minutes later, Mom texted me. If you keep calling, we'll talk to your school about holding you back. You clearly can't handle responsibility. Day 2, Grandma called again. Her surgery had been moved earlier. She was alone and terrified. I tried finding someone to watch the kids, but my parents had cut off most neighbors who offered help before. Lily's fever climbed to 103. The pediatrician needed parental permission, so I nervously signed Mom's name myself. Meanwhile, my parents posted pictures on social media, smiling on a boat with drinks. Caption, finally free, vacation mode on. Day 3, the hospital called. There were complications. Grandma kept asking for family. I told the nurse I was 12 and alone with siblings. She sounded concerned. When I tried calling again, Mom answered Dad's phone. You're being dramatic. Stop bothering us, she said, and blocked my number. Day 4, Noah fell off his bike and cut his chin. He needed stitches. I took all 3 kids in a rideshare to the ER. The nurse asked where my parents were. I said they were parking. She didn't believe me, but she didn't push. By day 5, I hadn't slept in 2 days. Lily's fever wouldn't go down. The hospital called again. Grandma might not make it through the night. I broke down crying while the kids watched. That's when my English teacher, Mrs. Carter, knocked on the door. The school sent her to check why I'd missed classes. She saw everything. The mess, the sick toddler, the non-stop hospital calls. She looked at my phone and my parents' vacation posts. She quietly said, "This isn't your fault," and stepped outside to make a call. When my parents returned, they were laughing about their trip until they saw 2 social workers and a police officer in the living room. We've received multiple reports of child abandonment, one of them said. We're removing the children from your custody. My mom shrugged like it didn't matter. But the officer stepped forward and explained the situation seriously. Now we're all staying with Grandma while everything gets sorted out.